A few weeks after school started, Alex and I decided it was time to explore more of London. His leg was healing well, and he could walk without crutches for short distances. The city felt even more exciting now that we had begun to settle into our new routine. One Saturday morning, we woke up early and made a list of places we wanted to visit. First on our list was the Tower of London. We had read about its history in school and were eager to see it in person. We took the underground train, which was an adventure on its own. The station was busy and the train was packed, but we managed to find seats. When we arrived at the Tower of London, it was even more impressive than we imagined. The stone walls looked ancient, and the stories of kings, queens, and prisoners came alive as we walked through its halls. We saw the crown jewels shining brightly in their glass cases and learned about the famous ravens that lived there. After the Tower of London, we decided to walk along the River Thames. The weather was sunny and warm, perfect for a stroll. We passed street performers playing music and artists painting pictures of the city. We stopped to take pictures of Tower Bridge, its majestic structure reflecting in the river. As the day went on, we grew hungry and found a small fish and chip shop nearby. The food was delicious, and we ate while sitting by the river, watching boats pass by. Our next stop was the British Museum. Alex was especially excited because he loved history. The museum was huge, with rooms full of treasures from all over the world. We saw mummies from Egypt, statues from Greece, and artifacts from ancient Rome. It was amazing to think about how old they were and the stories they carried. By the time we left the museum, it was evening. The city was glowing with lights, and everything felt magical. We decided to take a bus back to our apartment so we could enjoy the views. From the top of the red double-decker bus, we saw the city in a new way. The streets were busy, and the buildings looked beautiful under the streetlights. When we got back home, we were exhausted but happy. Alex said, "Sam, today was one of the best days ever. I feel like I'm really starting to know London." I nodded, agreeing. "There's so much more to see, Alex. This is just the beginning." As school went on, Alex and I started making new friends. One of them was Lily, a girl from our English class. She was from a small town in Scotland and had a great sense of humor. Another friend we made was Raj, who loved science and wanted to become an astronaut. We started spending our free time together, exploring the city and helping each other with schoolwork. One weekend, Lily suggested we visit Camden Market. She said it was full of interesting shops and food from all over the world. When we arrived, the market was buzzing with energy. There were stalls selling clothes, jewelry, and artwork. The smells of food were amazing, spicy, sweet, and savory all at once. Alex tried a Thai noodle dish, while I had a kebab. Lily bought a bracelet, and Raj found an old science book he loved. After the market, we sat by a canal and talked about our dreams. Lily wanted to write a book one day. Raj talked about space, and Alex shared his plans to play soccer again once his leg healed completely. When it was my turn, I told them about my dream to explore even more cities around the world. "London is just the start," I said, smiling. Life in London wasn't always easy. There were days when school felt overwhelming or when we missed home and our families. Sometimes Alex's leg hurt and he felt frustrated that he couldn't do everything he wanted. One rainy day, we had a big math test. Both Alex and I studied hard, but the questions were tougher than we expected. When we got our results, we didn't do as well as we hoped. I feel like I'm failing, Alex said as we walked home in the rain. You're not, I said, trying to cheer him up. We just need to try harder next time. This is new for both of us. We decided to form a study group with Lily and Raj. Together, we helped each other understand the lessons better. By the next test, we all improved. It felt good to know we could face challenges together and come out stronger. One day, I got a surprise call from my parents. They were coming to visit London. I felt so excited to show them everything I had experienced. When they arrived, I took them to all the places Alex and I loved: the Tower of London, Hyde Park, and Camden Market. We even went on the London Eye together. My mom said, Sam, you've grown so much. I'm so proud of you. My dad added, London suits you. You've made a life here, and that's not easy. Hearing their words made me feel proud too. I realized how much I had grown since arriving in London. Months turned into a year, and Alex and I were thriving. His leg healed completely, and he joined the school soccer team. I continued exploring the city, improving my English, and thinking about my next adventure. One day, as we sat in our apartment, Alex said, Sam, do you ever think about what's next? All the time, I replied. There's still so much of the world to see. But for now, London feels like home. We smiled, knowing that our journey was far from over. Wherever life took us next, we were ready for the challenges and adventures ahead. London had changed us both, and we couldn't wait to see what the future held. One day at school, our teacher, Mr. Carter, made an exciting announcement. He told us about an international student competition where participants could create a project about their dreams for the future. The winning team would get to present their project at a big event in Paris. As soon as the class ended, Alex, Lily, Raj, and I gathered in the hallway. We have to do this, Alex said, his eyes lighting up. But what would our project be about? Lily asked. Raj smiled and said, why not something about how we've all come to London to follow our dreams? It could be about how education and friendship can help us overcome challenges. We all love the idea. That evening, we met at our apartment to start brainstorming. We decided to create a short film. It would tell the story of how each of us came to London, the struggles we faced, and how we supported each other along the way. Alex wrote the script, Lily helped with the visuals, Raj took care of the technical side, and I directed the scenes. We spent late nights working on it, filming at iconic places like the Tower Bridge and Hyde Park. Even when things didn't go perfectly, like when Alex forgot his lines or the camera battery died, we laughed and kept going. Finally, the film was ready. We called it Dreams Across Borders. On the day of the competition, we were nervous but excited. The event was held in a large auditorium filled with students from different schools. When it was our turn, we walked on stage together, introduced ourselves, and played our film. As the film ended, The audience applauded loudly. Some people even stood up to clap. It felt amazing to see how our story had touched others. When the judges announced the winners, we could hardly believe it. They called our names. We had won the competition. We were going to Paris to present our film. The trip to Paris felt like a dream. We had never traveled together outside of London, and now we were heading to one of the most beautiful cities in the world. My parents were thrilled when I told them the news. "Sam, you've come so far," my mom said. "We're so proud of you." The days leading up to the trip were busy. We practiced our presentation, packed our bags, and even tried learning a few French phrases. Alex joked, "All I need to know is how to say croissant." When the big day arrived, we boarded the train to Paris. The ride through the countryside was beautiful. We talked, laughed, and imagined all the things we would see in the city. Paris was more magical than we imagined. The Eiffel Tower sparkled at night. The streets were filled with artists and musicians, and the smell of fresh pastries was everywhere. After our presentation at the event, we spent a whole day exploring the city. We visited the Louvre Museum and saw the Mona Lisa. We walked along the Seine River and tried delicious French desserts. Lily said, "This feels like a movie. I can't believe we're really here." As we sat by the Eiffel Tower, Raj said, "This is just the beginning, isn't it? There's so much more to explore, so many dreams to follow." We all nodded, feeling inspired and hopeful about the future. When we returned to London, life felt even more exciting. The competition had given us confidence and new ideas for the future. Alex decided to join a local soccer league, and soon he was playing in matches again. Lily started writing short stories, and Raj began working on a science project about space exploration. I, too, began dreaming bigger. I wanted to visit other countries and learn about their cultures. One evening, as we sat in our apartment, Alex said, "Sam, do you think we'll always stay in London?" "I don't know," I replied. "But no matter where we go, I think this will always feel like the place where everything started." We all smiled, knowing that London had given us not just a city to live in, but a home full of memories, challenges, and dreams. Epilogue. Looking ahead years later, as I sat on a plane heading to a new city for my first job, I thought back to those early days in London. I remembered Alex, Lily, and Raj, the adventures we had, and the lessons we learned. London had changed me in ways I couldn't have imagined. It taught me to be brave, to dream big, and to always keep exploring. As the plane landed, I smiled and thought to myself, this is just the next chapter. The journey is far from over.